spent too much time in Daegu. I actually wish we spent more time. I am an idiot. There's certain things I wish I would have done a little bit differently, but you don't know these things until you actually go there and start experiencing. I wish I would have experienced more of Daegu instead of just 2 days there. Who would have known that I was gonna like it that much and I would want to spend more time there? Don't worry, in 2 more years I'll be back in 2021. I'll be there for another month. So we're leaving Daegu and we're going to Gyeongju. Before we get to our Airbnb, because once again we can't leave our luggage or check in until about 4 o'clock. So we had to leave our luggage in one of the lockers once again, and then we went off and did other things. This morning, I don't know what was, I'm gonna tread on this lightly. The issue. Most of the navigation was done by Jess. Don't know what happened and what went up her crawl that this morning she just wanted to be in a mood and not look up the directions. So then it's like on me. I have to look up the directions last minute when I'm assuming this one did it. So I'm looking through the directions to figure out how we're gonna get to the next location. This very nice young man, I'm gonna assume he's around my age. He comes up and he offers to help. I guess he saw my confused face. I'm very expressive sometimes. But he did speak very well English, and he came up and asked if I needed help. At first I was hesitant because you kind of got that New Yorker vibe inside your head still. Showed him my phone what I was looking at, and he's like, oh, this isn't in Daegu, this is in another place. And I was like, well, yeah, that's why we got the luggage. We're heading towards that direction. I'm not gonna give all my life story away to this guy, So he was nice enough, he took the time to tell us like where to go. I go to get my luggage so that we can go down the escalator. Once we go down and I'm heading towards the direction of the train, then the guy comes back and he's like, oh, you could take this other place too. I didn't even think he was still looking this up for us. Like he literally was still trying to see what was another route that we could take to help us get to our location. And I'm just like, wow, they're dedicated. They really want to help you. And I thought that was just very sweet. It's very kind of him. Did I get his name? No. But yeah, I don't even know his name or whatever, but I hope he knows how very, very thankful I was. I didn't go the direction where he was going, that he said we can take that way, the train a couple stops, and then take a bus. We decided to take the train because that was just faster. I don't know where he is in Daegu, but thank you very much for helping us. You were very sweet. You didn't have to help us, but you did. Thank you. My tea in my moment. I drank this and I gotta pee again, but I used the squatter. I just peed in the squatter. I have overcome the fear of the squatter. It's really not that bad. It's not that hard either. I don't know what people complain about. I think it's just because it's awkward. You're not used to it. It's really not that bad. Definitely wouldn't be my first choice, put it that way. But if it's my only choice, I will go for it. I think the old lady was surprised I went in though. She kind of looked at me for a moment being like, is she really gonna try?
I'm like, yeah, let me just find some tissue. I just need some tissue paper.
If only there was another bathroom up the way.
Probably. She's trying to tell you that I had foreigner bathrooms. That's fine, lady. I adapt to survive. It wasn't like they were doing it maliciously. They were being nice because they probably saw you like stammering. I was thinking, oh, let me help her. Let me tell her there's a foreign bathroom up there. Remember, you gotta pee. All there is a squatter. Pretend it's a jungle.
Where'd you going?
chipmunk. You chubby. Oh, I almost fell. So cute. Oh, this fishy. It's cute little fishy. Ooh, I look like a mess. It's a look. Ooh. It's a look. Did the shovel? Huh?
Your hair stays straight today.
Oh yeah, because it's not so humid.
I know. There's raspberries. I'm not sure what this is.
So as the day progressed from there, I mean, the air was already kind of sour, so I wasn't gonna let her ruin my trip or my day with her moods. So, you know, we just kind of went walking to the place nearby to see the mounds and just explore a little bit. I wasn't, like I said, I'm not letting somebody put a stink bug in my day. And that's where you pretty much see me a little bit alone for the most part of the next couple clips, until we met up again. You know, we went to go eat because eventually at this point I am, you know, whatever, trying to enjoy and make the best of the day and lighten the mood. Finally went into a restaurant and had to use the best of my abilities of Korean, which was very, very nerve-wracking. Like, it was so nerve-wracking for me to try to use Korean. And prior to this, I wasn't having the greatest experience with it. I would try to speak Korean and everyone responded in English, which was, yes, it was helpful, but then I always felt self-conscious, like maybe what I'm saying is not coming across properly. And it just kept making me feel very self-conscious to use it. I felt defeated a lot of the time. And I know because of my friends that are there, they tell me, you know, people want to try to practice their English, so don't take it personal. Maybe you are saying it correctly, but that doesn't make me know. Like, I don't know. You're not responding back to me in Korean. You're not letting me practice and try to get this effort in. The most times that I was able to even use my minimal kindergarten Korean was when I was ordering coffee, which was not really that big of a deal because all I had to pretty much do is say the coffee name, which is like in English just with an accent, which is like kopi latte. Doesn't really like feel the satisfaction inside of me. But at this restaurant, I kind of challenged myself to do so. I just looked at the window of the shop because I was like one of those people who are trying to get courage before going into the shop. So I saw in the window they had sundubu jjigae, which is tofu stew. Kind of a spicy stew, but I already knew this going in. So yeah, we go inside and I already kind of knew an idea in my head what I wanted from the window. Or I already looked at the menu for a little bit and kind of knew what I wanted. Jess went along with it too, but she was a little bit afraid of like how spicy it was going to be. So the guy comes over, I just asked him, you know, like, 너무 매워요? Which is it really spicy? He's like, yes, in English, the little bit of English he knew, he's like, very, very spicy. And I'm just like, I looked at Jess and she was like, well, she's willing to try. And I'm fine, like, I will bear with the spice as much as possible with any kind of foods. I love spicy even though I can't handle it very well. I was like, okay, 둘 주세요. Just give me 2. And he goes, very spicy. And I'm like, 네, 괜찮아요. And he's just like, okay. And he goes away. And then I'm like, did he kind of like believe we're not going to handle the spice? And I'm like, oh buddy, challenge accepted. Because if you think I can't eat it, I will. Mind you, I'm here thinking that maybe this bowl is going to come like bigger than my face. No, it's like tiny, like this big. And I'm like, oh, thank God, it's like an individual serving, not a big old bowl to share. Mind you, that's what the picture looked like too in the menu, so I'm kind of going off of that. The meal also came with banchan, which is an unlimited amount of these little side dishes. So you can order as many of them if you want, but they do give you small amounts of everything, which I always find was perfect. I never ever felt a need to ask for more of anything, but you know, to each their own. Believe me, when this dish came, oh, it looked good. It smelled good. It was delicious. It's still in my brain, and I just wanted it. Mind you, I've had a stew like this before. I loved it. It was perfect. They gave us rice. Rice was unlimited, but I only needed one serving, which I was fine with. Was it hot? Hell to the yeah. It was definitely very spicy for me. But when you mix it with everything, it stops being spicy. It was way too much food for me in general. It wasn't that it was too spicy, but it was just too much for me to consume. And oh boy, was I feeling it. My gut, I felt like I had a food baby. I'm so full, but I just kept doing it because I was like, the challenge is I want to eat this whole thing. I am not letting this man think that I couldn't with the spice. And I was determined to eat the whole entire thing. Don't ever challenge yourself in your mental head, because that's literally all it was. It was a mental battle. The guy could care less if I ate the whole entire thing. Like, all I cared about was me paying. So, like, yeah, don't challenge yourself and be an idiot. Don't have mental battles with yourself thinking that the other person's really gonna care. Nonetheless, it was very delicious. I recommend anyone to go there. It was a very great place. I don't know if I recorded the outside, but if I did, you'll see it. But it was definitely a great place. They were very nice people, regardless of the guy trying to be like, too spicy for you. Really? Not spicy. Yes, it was. That's not the point. I still finished it all. Whatever was going on with her, like, she did apologize for it at that dinner. And I'm just like, okay, you know, be careful with yourself, because I can have probably one of the worst attitudes. But it was resolved. I mean, after that, everything was better, and, you know, even whatever was going on with Jess was done with. Mind you, I also put all her attitude and whatever she was going through towards probably her credit cards. He probably wasn't having a good time with losing it, which can happen to anyone. How red are they? Oh wow, they are kind of red. I look sleepy. I'm even sleepy. My eyes are tired. Yum yum. Nice and bubbly. Bubbly, bubbly. Bubbly, bubbly. Touch, touch. Good. He didn't overdo it. I thought he was going to end up bringing this, like, double of everything.
Turn that light off. Look, it disappears. Look, it disappeared.
So 1, we have a checklist. 2, stains on the wall. Got some little chippies on the wall too. I think that looks like fingerprint. Here's before. And here's after. There's glitter. Now, here's the kicker. No glitter there. A little bit of glitter there, but no glitter there. No glitter in the other corner. Just right there. And over there. What's been going on in here? A little curious. Not enough to find out. Not there. There. I am not curious enough to know why there's glitter on the roof.
We're only here 2 days, or 2 nights. And we
I
won't
don't
be here
even know
during the
if
day.
me sleeping head to the feet is gonna make it any better. Wallpaper stain. Glitter on ceiling. There's no mop. There's no back tongue. I almost put thong. Doesn't help that this Airbnb is in, apparently, a love motel district. We passed like how many love motels?
I think it's been at least 7 from the bus station here. And that's like me not knowing Korean and just kind of like guessing from the setup and the images that they use to promote their hotel and the few English words.
And then there's a healing noribang. Healing. It's not a spa. Or it is. Not that kind of spa though. It's a little more hands-on.
There's also an elementary school right next to us.
Yeah, that's like the hugest kicker. There's an elementary school in the corner. Not a high school, not a college. An elementary school with little kiddies. How is this normal? How is this normal? Oh my god. I'm so full too. Like, don't try to prove a point to anyone.
That's completely your own fault.
No. 1, I wanted what I wanted. He simply said it was spicy. So I'm like, okay, how spicy? A lie? He said for you, yes. Challenge accepted. I'm gonna eat it. I'm gonna eat all of it. Rice and side dishes. Not that much water. I instantly regret my decision. I am so full. Huh?
I just want to note that I did eat all of the soup.
She's like, I ate, I'm fine. Meanwhile, I'm over here like, I got food, baby. It's gonna take like 8 hours to deliver. I can barely walk this way, and I can still barely stand right now. Only reason I'm on the floor.
Can you talk this way?
Can I what?
Talk.
What's up this way?
Never mind. Walk this way, talk this way.
Oh my god. Oh, we gotta bring this downstairs.
Don't worry, I'll bring it downstairs. You just have to put your name on it.
Oh my god, I gotta stand up and I can't even stand up. My stomach is like at capacity. I feel like I got the food in my throat.
This has been my favorite purchase of this trip so far.
Bite kill. Mosquitoes love the shit out of us. They've been eating us like crazy. So I checked everything. Is the washroom missing anything?
That has nothing wrong with it.
So the washroom's at least good. It has mold. I put mold in the corner. I don't want to pay for mold. Check the room information, and the mistake, of not reading is on the guest's own. If you have any questions or information to notify the host, please write them down. Well, that came out perfect.
Where's the mop?
Why is there glitter on the roof? Did he think we weren't gonna notice that this glitter? When you turn the lights off, you go ding. Ooh, he put stars on the roof for us. Don't come indoors with your shoes on. Please, ... use slippers indoors. Why you need a ... Oh, my name? Like, please me? What? Whoa. Okay, we need to leave. What we're at again? Kyungju. We need to leave here. Like, this is some crazy, like, love motel, red district, Amsterdam style shit going on. I mean, there was like purple and red lights coming this way. It was like the weirdest tunnel. It was like dark light, dark light, dark light. It's pretty, but I felt like I was walking into hell. And then all the lamps had a face on it.
It had a face on them?
Yeah. Okay, so what expected checkout time? You gave us like no time. I put 11. You gave me till 11, I take 11.
Card number, none. ...
Bring it down to his mailbox, and I gotta start doing laundry. Oh no, I'm gonna record the room first, and then I'm gonna do laundry. Kiss my grits! We think you're gonna try to charge me for anything.
Okay, so this Airbnb here, clearly in the darkest hallway ever, and the light is so delayed. I would be so terrified coming home every day. So let me put the code in here so that I can get in. The entryway where we put our shoes. I'm gonna be a little extra and vocal here. I am terrified of this place. I will never live in this place. Alright, the kettle's here. Very empty. Kind of small kitchen, not my favorite. I feel like this apartment is good for some people, but for my personal preference, I didn't really like it. I thought I would by the photos of it. I ended up really not fancying the place too much.
Yo, it's dark out there.
Yeah, that hallway is crazy dark. I'm sorry.
Maybe I found the mop somewhere.
I swear, I think you can second.
Buddy, that is not a mop. If you think I'm gonna clean this floor on my hands and knees, that's a whole nother kinky shit you better not think of.
I mean, he was nice enough to give us some pots and pan. And the washroom. It's very small, but good enough for what we need it for, you know? Now, I kind of felt like it was too small, and I would like a bigger apartment if I ever was to get one here. Some people, this would be perfect. Just for me, not really. This was like the best place to sit and do makeup. The table was the perfect height. The mirror was the perfect everything. My only thing, look at these beds. Too close together. You have this much room. He could have put like one bed by the window and the sofa and the table in between. It was just way too close for comfort. And our closet, which was actually perfect, it fit our luggage in there, so it was out of the way. We weren't tripping over it. And the laundry room here was perfect. The only thing was, it didn't really dry. I don't know, maybe the window didn't have good ventilation, but the clothes didn't dry overnight and it was kind of warmish, so they should have dried, but they didn't. I feel like I'm always the one who's doing laundry in all these Airbnbs, but that's the type of person I am. I like to have clean clothes so that way I have options the next day.
Yeah, it's not like I got much to look around anyway.
And very nice and spacious shoe closet or storage closet. Some umbrellas.
You might think that rag is a mop. You might be right.
Fire extinguisher if we need it, which we don't because we'll never turn on the stove in any of these places. The recycle. Oh, I forgot to show you. Here's the food waste one. Make sure you always separate. An empty fridge as usual. I love it when they give us at least water. And that's it. This is the Airbnb that we're gonna have here in Gyeongju for the next 2 days.